Hey everybody, so back here, alright, so right here, starting here, definition of regal, of resembling or fit for a monarch, especially in being magnificent or dignified. Alright, definition of magnificent is impressively beautiful, elaborate or extravagant, striking, very good, excellent. So, who's the king of all kings? That would be Yahushua, Jesus. And what is it? I bring up regal because that's part of being regal is about monarchy, which is about being a king. So, in accordance to that word, what type of a king are you going to be? Like, there's many. You can be a tyrant or you can be a good king, like King Arthur. Da, 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 da. So, like, and another thing with King Arthur, since we're talking about that, the whole thing behind it was that you and the land are one. The people are a part of the land. So the people and the land, if there's issues with the people and the land, then there's an issue with everything. So this is why, like, that was the whole story of Camelot, was that King Arthur had lost touch with everything else and was focused so much on, just he lost the good attention to everything, all of the issues, all the land, and lost the harmony that holds everything together. And in doing so, there creates an imbalance, and that evil slips in and does what it fucking does. And it's by regaining that harmony that he regains the power and becomes that good regal king again, which is exactly what we need to do here. So, all right, moving on. So what is his way? The word. Okay, Matthew, getting into the word. Matthew 25:40. Again, as I've said, what you do unto the least among you, you do unto me. Who do you think is more of the least among us other than starving children and abused children? And again, a lot of this, the starving kids and also the abused children here in America that we are largely don't know about because there's so many missing kids, and I think a lot of it has to do with underground railroads and systems and fucked up sex trafficking networks, all that shit. I mean, but even then, like, yes, it's bad that all these children are being abused. They're still alive though, like, which, I don't know, man. I mean, some of these states that these children are living in, I could see myself wishing for death as opposed to being raped again and again. So some people might say that is even worse than the starving situation, but they're both fucking bad, okay? The abused children and the starving situation, it's really bad, okay? Either or, the starving kids right now, that's something that's you can easily look at and see, and we can go in there and do. And I think from working on that and focusing on that right now, we'll have the infrastructure and the supplies and the resources, hopefully, and the power to be able to go into with fucking sophisticated security teams into some of these underground tunnels and areas on the planet and investigate and free any of these children that are being fucking held fucking captive, and then also bring to justice the people that are behind this shit. That's later down the road. First, we start with the supply chain. We get that going. We can get that going and set that over and help get the supplies and the personnel over to places like Africa. And then from there, we can help them grow as they expand. And as we grow in numbers and strength, then we can start working on developing teams and plans and strategies for going underground and dealing with that situation. All right, so the definition of the word meaning, the noun, important or worthwhile, quality, purpose. Again, getting back into developing a formula to help us figure out what the most meaningful thing that we can do is, because a good government is going to do what the most meaningful that's what any person that's good, like truly wants to be good, they're going to take care of the most meaningful problem in their life, or they should. Now, sometimes we have issues that get in the way and we procrastinate because a lot of times the most meaningful thing is also going to be the most challenging thing. But if one is to grow in as good of a way as possible, then one would want to take on the most challenging thing for one's best growth. Doesn't mean we always do it, but if we are to grow in that way, that's what we need to do. So in order for humanity to grow the best way that it can, it's required that it takes on the best challenge that it can to grow in the best way that it can, which from my perspective is dealing with all the problems, starting with the most dire first and working our way down, which is why we're starving kids, abused kids. All right, so back here to the page, levels to everything. Yes, so what level are you at? What does one have to do to really earn the true right to adopt a title - heir of status to be called - considered regal? Is it not different? And is it not different for everyone? And it is. In my opinion, everybody's at a different state and being. So for one person to be regal is going to be different for another person to be regal. Somebody coming from a past and history of pedophilia and abuse and all those types of fucked up shit, not as much like just for them to stop doing that. For me, if they could change their ways and stop abusing children, doing all these fucked up things, and just want to live a normal, decent life where they're not doing horrible crimes in order to survive and thrive, to me, that would be a regal change for that individual. Now, for an individual that's been living a normal life, 9 to 5, doing all these things, just working, for him to move from that to a place to where he wants to devote himself to helping out other people and other things and solving problems, that would be a regal change. So I bring this up as an example for you guys to see how that regal change is going to be different for everybody. Okay, so just keep that in mind. We're all different places and things. For people that have billions and billions of dollars, like, they're not going to need to make more money to make a real change. They actually need to do more good with their money. Whereas somebody that's been in debt and had a hard time making fucking ends meet for them, for their own self and for their own life and for their own families and responsibilities, a good real change for them would be to learn how to take care of their own stuff and be able to finance their own fucking things and all this and that. Now, for people that, like in myself, in my unique position, things are a little different, but I'm not going to get into that. So anyways, yeah, I'll just say it real quick. So because I have not found anybody else that's nearly as close to I am as solving the problem of starving children and developing a strategy that can help solve all the problems on the planet Earth, it's my opinion that there's just not enough time. Like, people don't have as much time as I have. And that's the only reason, one of the only reasons why I've been able to come this far on this mission, is because I've decided to devote a lot of time and energy to this project. And I would not have been able to do so had I had a normal fucking job that most other 38-year-olds have in my position. So it doesn't mean I can't do little shits on the side here to make a little bit of money for this and that, which is something I'm still working on, believe it or not. But as far as having a 40-hour-a-week fucking job and still continuing to develop and perpetuate this type of momentum, I have not seen anybody do it. I don't know, it doesn't feel like I can do it from the position I'm in right now. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. So anyways, all right, I love you guys. You guys have a good day. Thanks, bye.